we're out at the Mercedes, and I've noticed the weather's getting colder, and I've noticed it's I think I've got one glow plug that's either not working or is not working too well. It sounds like it's got one cylinder that's, when it's cold, it's not always hitting. Yeah, I don't know if you can, it's hard to tell in video, but it's got one. You can feel one just kind of hitting and not hitting. You hear it? Not hitting. Not hitting. Didn't hit there. Or missing, I guess I should say. Yeah, yep, there. Missing again. I think now it's caught on. Yeah, now it's running on all cylinders right now. So we're gonna check the glow plugs, and I'm gonna show y'all what I think is the easy way to do it, and it just takes a few minutes. So we're gonna take it out to the shop, and I'll show y'all. Alright, so as you saw in the previous clip, I've got a little bit of a cold start stumble, which seems like one cylinder not firing correctly, or not firing great when cold, and we're gonna see if we might have a glow plug issue. And it's been a couple days. I may have explained this already. In the meantime, I have pulled the injectors to have them rebuilt. We could have an injector issue as well. And then I've also ran a compression test, and the compression test turned out great, so definitely don't have a compression issue. So we're going to check the glow plugs, and I'm trying to remember, I think if I remember reading, or if I remember before, I think we had between like 1 and 1.2 ohms seemed to be kind of the reading for a good glow plug. Now that's reading them from this plug right here. That's kind of my quick and dirty test. I've got my ohm meter connected up to 1 lead to ground. I've got it on ohms. So I'm just going to go through and check each one, and then we will check them at the glow plug as well. But this kind of gives us a quick and dirty reading. We can see if we've got one that's just way off. You know, they're all looking pretty good. So let's go over to the glow plugs and take a look there. So I'm going to keep this unplugged from the relay, because that could cause us some bad readings. And we're going to come over here, see that, and test at the glow plugs. We've got some rust there. So we got 1.2, 1.1 on that one. Let's come over to this one. 1.3. 1.3. 1.2. When I got this car, it had, I think, 2 dead glow plugs. I put 2 used ones in it. 1.3. There were like 3 or 4 glow plugs in the floorboard, used glow plugs, and I tested those and found a good one and replaced the 2 that were bad. I think it was 2, and then I think 2 other ones, the wire was just wrapped around it or something, or no, it was pushed on and it had a piece of hose, like they lost the nut. A piece of hose was shoved on the end of the glow plug holding the wire on, so it was a bad connection. So I cleaned those up, put new nuts on them, and so we've had a good a good working, and I rebuilt the glow plug controller, put new capacitors in it. So the glow plugs have worked great. Now that it's gotten cold, I've gotten a little bit of a stumble. The ohm test is not perfectly conclusive though. We could still have some that the glow plug holes need to be reamed. There could be a bunch of carbon in there, it's keeping them from working, and we could still have a bad glow plug. I think what we'll do is let's put our meter in line with the glow plugs, and we will see what they draw. So if we throw this one, we put this one over here, and they may draw more than what we can supply through our meter, but let's see. We've got our meter on amps. I need to throw this lead here. Let's get this out of the way because it's about to be hot. And hook this over to the battery. And we're going to come over here. And maybe I'll reposition y'all. Let's see. I'll come back over here. And we'll move our meter over right here. So let's see. .05 amps? Or did we blow our... I think we blew our fuse in our meter. We're pulling more than 10 amps. Yep. Let's see, let me think about this. If I have a different meter we could set up. Let's see, I don't know if I've got a spare fuse in here or not. Wasn't sure how much a single glow plug drew. I guess it's more than 10 amps. We've got I forget what that fuse is. Of course it's not marked. But that's of course for all of them. Let me see what I've got that'll read amps, more than 10 amps. Alright, so no harm done to my meter, replaceable fuse. Just put a new fuse on it. But let's, now I've got this cheapy amp meter hooked up, and let's go give it a power source. Straight to the battery, and check the glow plugs. So that one's pulling about, what, 25 amps? About 25 amps on that one, 25 amps on that one, 25 amps on that one, and just a hair under on that one, 20, almost 25. So I'm gonna say glow plugs are probably pretty good. They definitely could use reaming out, but you know, they're pulling about 25 amps, so they're definitely glowing. So we'll see how it does with the injectors. We may have one injector that's just flooding it with fuel. It's making it hard for that cylinder to fire, or it could be starving it. Could go either way. But or you know, not atomizing the fuel well. So we'll see how it does with the new, or the rebuilt injectors with new nozzles. We'll see how it does with that, and If we're still having issues, I'll probably get a glow plug reamer, and we'll pull all the glow plugs out. We'll ream them out, and we'll test each one out on the workbench where, where we can see if they're actually glowing. But from what I can tell, they've got good resistance, and they're all drawing around the same amperage, and so I think they're in decent shape. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.